What is up, guys? JayFerGaming here and welcome back to my F1 2016 career mode. This is Season 3, the Canadian Grand Prix. It does feel like we're going through this season pretty quickly. I've got to say, it feels like yesterday we just started this, but if you haven't missed any of the races, do go check them out. And do remember to subscribe if you haven't already for more career mode videos, but looking forward to this one. In terms of recent races, we haven't been in great form, it's safe to say. We did get some points last time out in Monaco, but we need a vast improvement, and I'm hoping Canada is a track to get more points.
How are you today? The improved package has arrived. We're having it fitted in time for FP1. Have a look at the factory report.
An upgrade, a really desperate upgrade. We really needed it because our car, it does feel pretty good. There's some elements that really do need improvement, but yeah, anything will help me at this moment. We're not doing too well in terms of the driver rivalry. I've only won one in the 2 and a bit season so far, so things are not going too well there. Driver position, again, not very well. I just don't want to get sacked. But in terms of the upgrade, it means we're just behind Ferrari, so we're the 7th quickest car. Mana, Toro Rosso, look at them up there, pretty crazy. I think in terms of next upgrade, I'll be looking to reduce the chassis weight or reduce the drag. I think that's probably the way to go, but we're not far off getting above Ferrari and Mercedes, so that would be a great achievement. In terms of past Canadian Grand Prix, where have we finished over the past 2 seasons? We had, I think that was P7 and P4? Yeah, it was, so we've got a bit of form.
Canadian Grand Prix for today's qualifying session.
So here we go into qualifying, and all that confidence I had before the session, it's quickly drained. P17 after the first lap. I didn't feel these laps were that bad, but we haven't got a vast improvement over the first time like we usually have. It's only about 4/10, and it's actually dropping, so I'm a bit concerned that we're going to be in the depths of the grid, so it's not looking good so far. But through the chicane, it wasn't too bad. We did jump over them like a bunny rabbit. So we're coming to the line. What's it going to be? It's only a little improvement in it. It's only P15. It's a bit of a shocker once again. We're only second down, but it is a short lap. And we're only 2/10 off our teammate. Actually, probably about 1/10 really. I can't do maths. 2/10. We're 2/10 off. There we go. So it's not too bad, but we need a vast improvement in the race. And there is an element which could help us out. So it is very wet. This is the element I was talking about, obviously, but looks like it's going to be a fully wet race. Should change to intermediate conditions later on, but this is the equaliser I needed. I've performed well in the wet in past seasons, so let's see how we do in this Force India. Building up to the Canadian Grand Prix. We need a vast improvement. 5 lights and away we go. A decent initial getaway compared to Massa. A bit squirmy with the back end, but we're progressing through the gears. Not too bad. Let's see if we can make any positions into turn 1. There's a big gap there for us to go up the inside. Kvyat and Raikkonen blocking the road, but we're going to try and go all the way around the outside here. I think this is a good tactic to go for in the rain. And it's actually worked perfectly here. I think Kvyat made slight contact with Raikkonen, which didn't help at all. But that's got us up to P10. We've already made up 5 positions. An incredible start. And we didn't really do too much there. So, taking advantage a little bit. But it's not like we did a dive bomb up the inside, which you can easily take advantage of on this game. So, it's been a solid start. Let's see if we can make any more early inroads into the top 10. And we're on the back of Verstappen coming out the hairpin. A slow exit for him. But we've got good traction, and we should have better straight line speed than him. I think we must have the best straight line speed in the field. I've got to say, this Force India is very quick indeed. This Red Bull not so much, and we're going to go up the inside. And Verstappen, who dominated the early races, is just struggling. And what are all these cars doing ahead of us? We've got Hamilton. The AI through that final chicane are very slow if they go through there side by side, and it's bulked everyone's run through there, so they've all lost momentum. Up the inside of Vettel, we're looking, Harry Anton Vettel making contact. We're just looking for the gap to try and get through. We're trying this wide line again like we did on the first lap. Doesn't work so much here, as I think Hamilton fights back there, so we get better traction, and we're going to try and go up the inside of Vettel to get P7, what a start this has been. Made up 8 positions already. We're feeling so confident, though we're making the car slide around quite a bit, but I was progressing through the gears a lot quicker than usual, though I don't show it in this example. But yeah, I was trying that. I've seen another YouTuber do that, and it's worked very well for him, so I thought I'd give it a go, and it is working well here. Up the inside of Harrianto, Magnussen is side by side with me, my former car. You look so beautiful in yellow, just like a banana, but we can overtake you by going up the inside. I just can't believe how we are kind of making this look easy. I mean, the AI are fighting a lot, but this is Ultimate AI. They should be very quick, even in wet conditions, but a few laps later, it did take a while to catch up to Rosberg. Me and him had very similar pace, but once I got in the slipstream, that pulled me closer to him. And this has given me the shock going into turn 1. We set the fastest lap of the race. Are we going to be later on the brakes than Rosberg? Yes, we are. And we've taken 4th position. This is just an incredible race. I just think the wetter the track is, the better we are. It just seems to be like that at the moment. And Pascal Wehrlein, I didn't even realise he was in 3rd position. He's had a fantastic race. This is probably the highest I've seen him manner in this career as well. So a decent effort here. But it looks like we're going to relinquish him of P3. Into turn 1 again. This seems to be our best place to go for the overtake. And it's another fastest lap of the race. I'm liking this theme. Set the fastest lap of the race, then take a position into turn 1. There we go, up to P3. And if the weather continues like this, we could actually win this race. But as we know, it is scheduled to dry out a little bit. Not sure if it's going to go to fully dry conditions. We'll have to wait and see. But once again, it looks like we might be going for an overtake into turn 1, and it's not like we're really corner cutting at the final chicane. It is tricky in these conditions, though. I think I did that time. No fastest lap of the race this time, but it could be another position gain. Up the inside to the Red Bull. And that is us up into P2. Brilliant scenes. And we're not actually halfway through the race yet, so we've got a long time to try and chase down our former teammate Julian Palmer. But this lap, things seem to change, and it did seem to be a lot drier. I say a lot drier, it is still really wet, but it did seem to be dry, so I thought I might take a little bit of a risk here, but we've got a nudge from behind. So yeah, Ricciardo's following us into the pits a little bit too closely. Luckily, we didn't get a drive-through penalty for speeding, which I've seen happen a few times, but Ricciardo had to change his front wing, so that's bulked him there. Our teammates in the pits, this car's coming in for inters. It could be into conditions. We're side by side with Harrianto, that's key for our race, and we get better purchase, so it does seem like the inters could be the way to go. Let's have a quick look here through the chicane. Yeah, the car doesn't feel too bad, so if we put in a quick lap now, we are trying to undercut Palmer to take the lead. So a full lap of Rich Mix. Where is Palmer? There he is, but he obviously doesn't take turn 1, goes straight into turn 2, and he does regain the lead, but I think we are a little bit closer here, so we are genuinely fighting for the victory here, and considering our recent form, that is absolutely incredible. Yes, the conditions are helping us, but we're making the most of the conditions that are put in front of us, so I'm not going to complain as we close in on the Renault. So we know the Renault has decent straight line speed, but it's nothing compared to this Force India, so we're closing in. Slipstream, Rich Mix. Are we going to go for the move before the first corner? That's unheard of for us in this race. Up the inside into the final chicane, and what a fantastic move. Much more confident on the brakes, and we've taken the lead in this Force India. Genuine position, first place, and we can see Palmer locks up and loses so much momentum here. He loses a lot of time to me, and just to top it off, I set the fastest lap of the race. Brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. I'm leading in my new Force India. It does feel good, and I'm going to be honest, I wasn't really feeling that under pressure. I say that as I have a huge oversteer moment there. I just need to keep it clean, because I feel like I've got the pace to keep ahead of Palmer. I just feel quick and confident, and even though the car at certain moments does slide around, it's nothing too major, and yeah, I'm just solidly in the lead by I think about 3 seconds, and we're just lapping cars. It feels good, I've got to say. And considering this is the 7th quickest car on the grid apparently, to have this kind of pace, it's pretty much unheard of, though we have seen like the Williams winning in last season, so I think anyone can win win races this season. It's very exciting indeed, and actually Hülkenberg did win in, it was Spain, wasn't it, where he won stop, which is absolutely insane, and it looks like I could win as well, so both Force India drivers winning would be awesome this season. As Marcus Ericsson has retired from the race, last lap as well, not for him though, because he's not going to make the final lap, and he parks it just before the Wall of Champions. Yeah, that's the closest you're ever going to get to being in champion or be near the wall, but we're coming towards the final chicane. There is Ericsson. We're keeping it very calm and collected, and we're going to come home to win for the first time as a Force India driver. What a victory this has been. Dominant from 15th place on the grid. Oh, unbelievable. Unbelievable scenes. This is absolutely brilliant. Jensen Button from 2011 S-Drive. I'm just going to claim it's like that. It probably isn't, but we dominated this race. Brilliant pace, brilliant overtaking. It was like the perfect drive. So please, Codemasters gods, can every race for the rest of the season be in the wet, then I can win the championship. But being realistic, at least I'll have jumped up the standings loads now. I'm caught up to my teammate. Hopefully that stops the threat of us getting sacked. But me and Hulkenberg have won a race each this season. It's absolutely brilliant. We beat our former teammate Palmer and world champion Ricciardo to get on the podium. Verline scores I think the best finish for Manor, though he might have scored a third place last season. Can't completely remember, but Hulkenberg, our teammate, gets a point as well. So looking decent for the constructors as well. Rosberg and Ericsson, the two drivers, not to finish. So we jumped up to P6. Look at all them drivers tumbling ahead of Ricciardo, Vettel, Rosberg and Hamilton. I find that absolutely incredible. Verstappen takes the lead of the drivers' standings and only 14 points behind our teammates, so we're bringing things back. But we do have over 100 points as a team now, so if we could have jumped up to P3, I'm oversighting that a little bit too early. But yeah, we look further down at the rest of the order. Verline jumps over Haryanto, as Haryanto was dominating his teammate up until that race. So moving to the constructors, Renault lead with a gap to Red Bull, and we've jumped over Ferrari, so both Ferrari and Mercedes. What a great season so far. Absolutely loving it. If you've enjoyed this race and this victory, please do leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already to my channel, and I'll catch you in the next race. Goodbye.